another episode of Real Life Movie Talk. It's your boy Chris.
Blockbuster Ben back again with my man here. What's up, Chris?
Living the dream.
Yeah? How's your week?
Busy.
Yeah.
Very busy. One of my busier weeks. But
yeah. Me too. Me too, man.
Yeah.
And it's just been like, I don't know what's going on. It's like at work they expect me to work. I don't know the audacity of these people. I just don't get it. It's like, don't you understand? I have editing to do. I have movies to watch.
Ben's doing it all.
God damn it.
I thought I was at least contributing when I was doing the editing. Now I feel like I just show up and talk.
No. I didn't mean it that way. I just mean
That's
I wish,
true, though.
the government would pay me to do nothing. But actually they expect me to do work. So.
Yeah, like most government jobs. Minus the post office. Shout out to the post office. Those guys work real hard.
Yeah. They do. That's not one I would do. No, sir.
Well, you think about long term. You're walking miles every day, so just by default, you're keeping yourself healthy.
Correct. Yeah. I don't see too many out of shape postal workers.
Right.
Except the ones there.
Yeah.
Like actually,
the mail counties.
Oh God.
Or whatever they are.
No, the ones that when you have to mail a package and you got to go in and you got to wait for 45 minutes because the old lady in front of you wants different books of stamps and it's a whole process. I can't.
You walk up and you go, "What were your plans for your career?" Well, it was either this or the DMV. Okay.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
You hit it right on the head. Perfect. Thank you. I just want to drop this off. That's really all I want to do. That's it.
Sign this, please.
Yeah. But that leads me into our popcorn selection for this week because I have been so busy and Chris has been so busy. Thank God we still had half a bag of the Chicago mix left from EC Pops. That's where we're at, of course. But yeah, thank God we still had some.
Cannot be mad at it.
Otherwise, it'd be a popcorn-less episode.
Be mad at
no, you can't be mad at it because it is so goddamn good. And it held up. Like, I took when I poured it, a kernel fell, and I was like, oh, it's still good. It's not stale yet. It's good stuff. It lasted. This is 3 weeks after I bought it. I mean, the caramel holds up regardless. It's the cheese you got to worry about, but it's still top notch. Top notch.
Always is.
Yeah, so be back out there next week, guys. If you're watching, see you next week. Right?
From a guy that reviews things.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
That's Popcorn and Maryland.
Yeah.
Throwing the gauntlet down.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a few weeks. A lot of weeks for me to get to that conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
We tried a bunch of flavors. We're already starting to recycle some of the ones we really liked.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, hands down, best flavor I've ever had.
It is.
I mean, best popcorn I've ever had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't say enough good things. Just keep saying their praises. And then the beer. Obviously, the beer can't have an episode without the beer, right?
Yeah. What's an alcoholic without alcohol? You know what I mean?
What you got?
Oh, look at it.
Holy shit!
It's light.
And actually, I'm actually sticking consistent this week with last week. I got the Drink Low-Cal Hazy IPA again.
That was good.
With key lime.
I did enjoy that.
So I had 3 of these left. So I'm drinking these. However, I did order their new special release that went on sale today. It was available for pre-order today. It's the new Juice Cannon lemon meringue pie flavored beer.
Have you seen the hook us up with it?
Waiting. Haven't heard from our hookup yet, but
definitely want to try that. That would be
because I hadn't heard from her.
You ordered some.
I got me a 4-pack just to be safe because I'm like, I love lemon meringue pie. Nice. I mean, as far as pies go, it's up there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, top 3, easy. Okay.
No. Maybe.
Okay.
I like strawberry pie. My mom makes a killer strawberry.
I mean, well, there you go. If you grew up eating that, then that makes sense.
Oh yeah, right.
I grew up eating lemon meringue, but I mean, apple gotta be number 1.
That's a classic.
What's next? Sweet potato pie.
Love
it.
What's that stuff that Burger King has? It's like a Hershey's chocolate pie or something. It's so...
Speaking of the freaking the holiday pies from McDonald's. Love them. Love them. Yeah, love pie. And have you been to Dangerously Delicious Pies in Canton?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I know of them. I've never been there.
Oh man, they're all. I mean, they're pricey, but like a pie will last you. It's so good. You show up to a party or like a what are they called? Where everybody brings a dish.
Potluck
with one of those.
Thanksgiving.
Oh man.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's already been on my list.
Yeah.
I just have a long list.
Yeah. Maybe we'll start reviewing pies.
I'm an ambitious person.
yeah.
So I'll get there though. I do really enjoy me some pie.
Fuck yeah. Oops, excuse me. Drink.
And I'm gonna leave the obvious sexual pie joke out of it.
Right, of course. But my whole point was, it's available. This episode will be out, obviously, tomorrow. But the orders are available for next day pickup. So, can't say it's good yet. I can't imagine it's not good, though. Because,
we will be drinking it. So.
Yeah, it'll be on our next episode. So, looking forward to that.
And the next episode will be the movie review.
Yes,
movie awards. Messing that up.
Yeah, just to touch on that real quick. Next week, there will be no movie review. It will be us announcing the winners to our movie awards. The long-awaited winners. But it's looking like it's hopefully going to be a good time. We got a plan.
Yeah, big shout-outs to...
Yeah.
State Fair.
There it is.
And El Guapo. Catonville. They're sponsoring the event. Their food's amazing. Their brunch at State Fair.
Haven't been.
Oh, you never been to
I've
brunch
only been
at
for
State
dinner.
Fair?
Yeah, only been for dinner.
Oh, the brunch is so good.
Okay.
They have chicken and waffles with like a honey jam.
That's
so good.
Yeah, it's
Spice. It's like a jalapeno berry jam. It's so good.
I just need I love chicken and waffles, but like that sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds great.
It ties because sometimes chicken and waffles for me get dry. But it's a weird combination. It just works. So
yeah, I would definitely try that. Actually, can we do breakfast for lunch for the event? Breakfast for dinner. Can we?
I will message.
Bring the chicken and waffles, my guy.
Message the guy.
Yeah. So next week's episode will be a little bit different. But then following week back to regularly scheduled program. Yeah. If I even I cannot speak.
We're gonna have to do 2 episodes of Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, we'll be 2 episodes of that. So that'll be good. And then we have we'll announce it at the end what our movies will be for that week. Okay, so a couple things on the docket. We got first up R.I.P. to Jessica Walter, who is a Hollywood icon. She's been in credit after credit after credit. She passed away. The announcement was made today. But I brought it up. We don't always talk about the deaths in Hollywood and stuff.
Right.
But I brought it up because she is the voice of Mallory Archer from one of our favorite animated shows.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Top 3.
I mean, her character all the characters on that show are great, but her as mother, I mean, she is unbelievable, man.
What's their beef?
Oh, the same entitled crap as always. I can't make ends meet. I'm on food stamps. My child died because I couldn't afford new bone marrow. Just me.
Jesus, whose kid died?
Oh, who remembers? Check Pam's blog.
All the voice talent on that show isn't. Yeah. It's crazy good.
Agreed.
Crazy good. So yeah, R.I.P. to her. I know she was older. I don't know the circumstances. I didn't look into it. But I just it's sad. You know, and so it's sad. So
always sad.
Yeah, I actually don't even know. Are they still making seasons of that? There's like 12 or 13 out, right? 9.
So I have Hulu. And this has got me in trouble in the past, especially when I interviewed Duff from the Food Network.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, check it out.
It's
I
funny.
really make an ass of myself.
Mm-hmm, it's funny.
But I watch Hulu, and I assume that everything's up to date. I'm at season 11 of Archer, and I don't know, maybe more. What happened with Duff? Just real quick, I had just watched Duff versus the Cake Boss guy.
Yeah.
The whole season, I loved it, and I was talking to him about it. They had already done a whole nother season that just wasn't on Hulu, and I didn't pay enough attention. It's just funny. If you get a chance, check that interview out. Man, do I look stupid.
Well, the funniest part about it is that he calls you out.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best
The whole
part.
time he calls me out.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, but funny situation. So, yeah, I don't know. If there's more seasons of Archer that aren't on Hulu, I will find them because I love Archer.
Some things are next day on Hulu. Like I know Snowfall is, which has been off the chain.
I'm going to start.
Dude,
I promise you I will start.
Oh, my God. I cannot. The new episode was last night. We haven't watched it yet. We'll probably watch it tonight. But that show has been, it's crazy. And it just got renewed for a 5th season before the 4th season's even over. So, so yeah, if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend Snowfall. It's excellent. Okay, moving on. Zack Snyder's Justice League was released last week. We all watched it over here, and we all thought it was great. I also...
Who's we all? I'm sorry.
Me, Courtney, Celine.
Oh, okay. The fan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were viewing
party.
party.
And don't judge me. Okay, don't judge me. It's rated R, whatever. Okay. But it's...
Everybody knows how old Celine is.
Well, some people do. She's been on the show.
She's at least 30.
Yeah. But it's not... I mean, It's violent. There's some language, but there's nothing like insane. Nothing that's not in a comic book movie, aside from the F word, I think, one time or two, whatever, which she's heard. It's also, don't judge me, okay? Whatever, I'm not perfect.
Right. Wops on the radio, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we live in a different time. But yeah, it just, we all really enjoyed it. Also, I didn't hate the Joss Whedon version that came out in 2017.
I didn't hate that either.
Yeah.
I think it got really tough criticism because obviously the comparables Marvel and what they did with that universe was just, it's untouchable almost.
It is, and they were so far behind because if you think about it, when the Avengers came out in 2012, they'd already built 5 movies ahead of that, right? So in 2012, that's also when The Dark Knight Rises came out. So that's just ending. Right. So now, after Marvel has completed Phase 1, now DC's like, shit, we gotta catch up.
That could be Christopher Nolan's doing, though.
Maybe.
Because Christopher Nolan also did the first 2 Superman.
No! No, the other thing. Come on.
Please.
And that Superman is part of this Justice League.
No. That was Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder did Man of Steel. 100%. He did Man of Steel and Batman v Superman.
I disagree.
Wrong!
We're going to have to look it up. We will Google that. That one little thing is sticking out my head. I'm almost positive Christopher Nolan did Superman.
Hey, guys. Please leave a comment.
God, now I'm so confident I think I'm wrong.
Please leave a comment and tell this guy about himself.
Have you guys ever been bullied by confidence? His confidence just made me feel stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's what it is. I just watched all those movies.
Okay. Maybe I'm way off. You know what? I probably am. I'll go ahead and apologize right now.
It's okay.
Did Christopher Nolan do any Superman movies?
Not to my knowledge.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
But, back to my original thought.
Mm-hmm.
If Christopher Nolan's Batman was in this, it might be a whole different thing.
Meaning Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale came back as Batman, or if he was old, so if they did like a Batman Beyond or something and brought in Robin, I don't know. What do I know?
I mean, that's why we're down here talking and they're making the movies, But I never hated it, and I think, but I don't remember it. But now having seen the new, like Zack Snyder's actual version, I'll probably never rewatch the old version. Like, this is the one. Like, it was. Okay. I thought it was that good, and I know Chris has not finished it, so I'm not going to spoil anything.
You can spoil it.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Is the ending that much different?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. They do this whole thing. It's crazy.
Okay.
And it's no, I'm not. And it's great. And what the sad thing for me is that it makes me want more. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. If they're ever going to get Zack Snyder to do more DC movies.
Maybe more DC, but they've already changed Batman.
Yeah, they've changed Batman. I don't know how they do it then to continue what he leaves you with. I just don't know how they would do it. And it sucks because I was like, oh man, that's a movie I want to see. So who knows? You never know what you're going to get. But I would recommend it, and it's great. It's 4 hours long, but it's broken up into a prologue, 6 parts, and an epilogue. So you can watch it like a miniseries.
I'm at part 4. So.
It works out great. And it tells you when you're at each part. So it works out perfect.
Yep.
It is a lot of fun. And I'll probably watch it again at some point.
Good.
And then maybe we can even score it once you've finished or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not down on it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been watching it. It's not terrible to me. And the first one wasn't terrible. It's just, like I said, it's off the heels of one of the greatest universes of all time.
Which is still going.
You said, let's have Ben Affleck appear as Batman to fight Superman for the first time. It just didn't sit well with fans. I see and understand exactly what it was. And it sucks because Batman vs. Superman was a concept that came out before any of the Avengers ideas ever came to light. Okay. They were going to do Batman vs. Superman when they did Alien vs. Predator.
Oh,
and they said it would just... a cinematic clash of that form will never work on the big screen. And Disney was like, hold my beer.
Yeah. Well, and you know what's crazy is I also enjoy Batman v Superman. Like,
I didn't hate it.
Dude, they have an Ultimate Edition of that too.
Yep.
With an extra 30 minutes. And it's like, I'm good with that.
I don't hate him, right?
You get more story. And I love Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he's so good as Batman. Like the dark, older, grizzled, been through some shit Batman.
I don't think he was jacked too.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't hate him, but there's a lot of Ben Affleck haters. He goes right into the pocket with Nickelback and
Chad Kroeger.
People hate Chad Kroeger, Nickelback. What's the other one? I forget. There's like a show that everyone has to hate now. Big Bang Theory. People
you don't
just
have to hate it. I hate it though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can have your own opinion, but for some reason everyone got together and went, "This sucks, right?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, that sucks."
No,
and now everyone's mad at it.
I know plenty of people that love that show.
I love that show. I love I don't love Nickelback. I like Nickelback.
They're
I don't
fun.
know why everyone hates
They're
them.
fun enough.
I like Big Bang Theory, and I don't mind Batman is Ben Affleck or whatever it is.
The other way around.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck. I think what happened to him, man, he when he started directing movies, I think he flipped. I think his maturity like greatly increased, and as it, like so then directing himself and seeing himself, I think there was just like a switch that flipped, and I think I love all of his like the movies that he directed, minus one. Live by Night was like, but
Geely.
He didn't direct that. He was just he
just
started.
asking who did it.
Oh, I have no clue.
Okay.
Hopefully they haven't made a movie since, but yeah, I like post act like Gone Baby Gone Ben Affleck. I think
Yeah.
I think he once he became a director he changed.
Go Will Hunting Ben Affleck.
That's a great movie too, but there's like what I'm saying back then is he had some weird but he's now as an older man. I think he's great. Which also The Way Back. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but that's a great movie. Where he plays an alcoholic basketball coach.
Oh yeah, that is a really good movie.
Man,
great. I did hear
movie.
his hair's fake, so if that blows your mind. Sorry.
Huh.
And that's rude for me to put out, I guess, but it's weird now. I look at him and go,
"How dare you?"
You should just cut it off. I'd like to see him bald. The old Danny DeVito or John Travolta look. Mm-hmm. I'll take it.
Okay. Okay. That's it. Don't have anything else to say about it until you actually finish it, because there are a couple things that I would like to say, but
yeah, sure.
I'll wait. Next up, Movie Kombat.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I clicked it. Yeah.
Movie Kombat.
Done. Yeah. Okay. You wanna intro this one?
Yeah. So I will throw this out there. I thought it would be fun to put movies that are first I picked randomly, but yes. I would also thought it would be fun to have movies that were nothing similar to each other up against each other. So when you do the rating system, it's not about who had the better storyline or what acting was better. It was just down to the base. What movie do you think you would like to see again? Turns out it's not a good idea. The people were not friendly with that. What the hell are these movies going up against each other for? And I've been bullied into not doing this anymore.
I know. I think
not by Ben.
This bullied is a tough word.
Not by Ben, but by everyone else.
Yeah.
And I'm okay. I just tried it. I thought, hey, that might be cool.
Yeah.
Classic kids movie versus a really greatly acted whatever type of movie that is.
Whatever. Okay. All right. That's a good way to put it. I guess.
To my own point, as I was doing this, I was like, this is stupid. To myself. So.
Okay.
Going forward, we've agreed we're going to keep them similar types of movies at least.
Some kind of either theme, maybe an actor, or like what is happening in the movie. Something. It's got to be not, where you got to try to find a way to connect them like, hey, the kids in the Sandlot are battling a ferocious dog while Leo's fighting a goddamn grizzly bear. That could be the connection, right?
Boom! Boom!
You know how long I had to think about it? Like, how can I connect these two?
You nailed it!
Yeah.
You freaking nailed it. Oscar, Leo got an Oscar, and legends never die.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let me, the popular vote, we can call it the popular vote, based on the poll results.
I don't think it's going to be shocking to anyone.
The Sandlot won.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what's yours?
Oh, Sandlot. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So yeah, Sandlot had the most votes, and the Revenant did have some though. So, I mean, but that's what you said last week. You said, I think the Revenant is going to get destroyed by the Sandlot, and all week as I've been thinking about this, I'm like, I think Chris did this on purpose so the Revenant would lose because he doesn't like Oscar movies.
Look, I decide whether I like the movie before I know it's nominated by the Oscars. Mm-hmm. My gripe is with anything, it's those idiots making decisions at the Oscar nomination process.
Okay.
So, I know some people that are a part of the Screenwriters Guild, and they get the tape sent to them, and they get to vote. Mm-hmm. And they know it's all just a big political game. You have to play the game.
But there's nothing political about the Revenant.
No, but you politic for the movie. So you go on the tours and Leo's got his climate change and his fix the world, which I appreciate, honestly.
Yeah.
But you have to do those things in order to actually win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, not... I'd have to sit and think. There's got to be one that I can think of that's not like...
Heath Ledger. All he did was die.
Oof, yikes. All right. So we'll break these down real quick. If you haven't seen The Sandlot, okay, 1993, directed by David Mickey Evans. A whole bunch of people are in it, like the kids. I don't know if they've done anything since. I can't picture any of those kids in any other movie. Maybe Patrick Renna, the one that says "You're killing me, Smalls," right? Isn't that him? The curly redhead, the catcher.
He was just in a Eminem music video.
Okay.
Rapping as I forget what the Common.
Okay.
No, Logic.
Got it.
Logic.
Oh, okay.
They look a lot alike. It's crazy how similar they look.
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
But I had just watched The Sandlot a few months ago. If you don't know about it, it's a classic baseball movie. Everybody that grew up in the 90s watched this movie. I mean, any kid playing baseball, any kid in general, I think this was in everybody's house.
It's one of the greatest coming of age stories of all time.
Yeah, it's a great movie, and it holds up because when we had this in our 3 to Keep segment, I decided, hey, I need to rewatch this. It had been a long time, and Celine had never seen it, so I was like, let me show her. It holds up.
What'd she think?
She liked it a lot.
Great.
And it holds. It's a great story. It brings you back, like the nostalgia, playing with your friends. Like, hey, what time we meet at the court? You know, like that. It's great, and I'm glad that I've seen it. You know, as much as I have, and I'm glad it exists because it's a great movie.
It really is. Yeah.
But as far as sports movies go, and sports movies that I grew up on, it wasn't one of the ones that was on repeat in my house. For whatever reason,
all right.
That one it was Angels in the Outfield for me and my brother.
Okay.
That's the one that we watched all the time.
I was D2, the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, so while I love it and recognize it for what it is, it's great. Had I not had to do it or like watch it for 3 to Keep, or like now this, I don't know if I would probably ever have watched it again. Maybe. So. I don't know. My score for The Sandlot is 8.1. 8.1. And it was hard to score. It's hard to score, especially based on our scale, right? Because I would watch it. I have watched it multiple times. Like I think it is great. I would obviously recommend it if you haven't seen it or if you for whatever reason never showed your kids. Show your kids. It's a great movie. But I'm definitely not watching it anytime it's on. I'm just not.
Right.
Like, if I'm flipping channels and something else that I think is better on.
There was a part in my life where I would.
Yeah, but we're talking
right now.
For me, I'm talking now. Yeah,
these opinions change.
Yeah. So I just again, it's hard to. A movie like this was hard to score. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. And your favorite kids movie, it can't be your favorite movie of all time.
No.
It has the impact, and it'll always have the impact it had on you. But if we're looking at the score sheet right now and rating it, you can't rate it on what it did for your life. You got to rate it on where you are with it now. Mm-hmm. Like Lion King was everything to me growing up. Mm-hmm. And I still love it, but I don't put it on every time I go to bed because I have Disney Channel. So,
and obviously for most people, it's not well, there'll never be a better movie. That's our 10. Our 10 is there's never going to be a better movie than this. Right. So have you thought about it?
I gotta go 8.6.
Okay.
I would watch it multiple times. I have watched it so many times.
Yep.
There was a time in my life where that would have been very high 8s, low 9s. But it wasn't even my favorite kids movie growing up.
Yeah, no, not me either. I watched The Big Green more, which also has Patrick Renna, the curly headed kid. So yeah, there's so many more that I watched more than this movie.
So everything you're naming so far, I've not liked nearly as much.
No, that's fine. I'm just telling you what we had in our house. Yeah, I don't know maybe I need to talk to my father. Dad, why didn't we have the Sandlot? We had it, but it wasn't.
D2 the Mighty Ducks doesn't hold up really. It's still great, but it's not as good as I remember as a kid.
Yeah, I just showed all those to Celine recently. She loved them. Did you see there's a show? Mm-hmm. They're all they're coming back. Oh, yeah. Which I am kind of excited for.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna watch it.
Yeah, Disney's been doing great things.
Emilio Estevez is coming out. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Netflix is in a lot of trouble. Pay enough attention, they're in trouble. They really are.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
But they've adapted before. They were just renting DVDs, so they've adapted, And now they have an opportunity to do it again because everyone's starting to get on their level. Whatever the next thing Netflix does is, that will be the next wave. Follow their trend.
I think the biggest streaming services, Disney Plus, HBO Max.
Oh, God, they're killing it.
And they're killing it. And I would say Hulu's probably number 3 because they have the, hey, if you missed it on TV, we got it next day. Certain shows.
Hey, if you're interviewing someone famous, check out our shows and then screw your interview up because we're not showing you anything recent.
Yeah, those. But that would be, I think those are the 3 best streaming services right now.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Not in that order, though. I have to go HBO first, Hulu second, Disney third.
Okay, yeah.
But those are the 3.
Yeah. Okay, so now, the opponent to The Sandlot, The Revenant, 2015, directed by Alejandro G. Inarritu.
Yeah,
He's got some accents on his letters, and I don't know. He is...
sounded authentic.
Huh?
That sounded authentic.
I tried my best. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
Okay. Tom Hardy. Domhnall Gleeson. Do you know who that is? He was the captain in the movie. The redheaded guy. He's from Star... Do you remember Star Wars? Remember in Star Wars when Poe shows up and he's like, pass me through to so-and-so? And the guy's like, can you hear me? He's like, still waiting.
Yes, so, I'm holding for...
Yeah. So that guy. And then Will Poulter was a supporting character. And he's the... I only wrote him down because he was so funny in We're the Millers. He's like the son in We're the Millers.
Oh, yeah,
that sings the TLC song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He gets bit by the spider.
Yeah. So, which was a crazy turn. Like, if you think about him in We're the Millers, and you think about him in this movie, it's like, man, this kid is like, he's all right. Like, he's good. He was really good in this movie.
Everybody was.
Yeah. The acting. So, bro, The Revenant, man, I saw it in theaters. Obviously.
I wish I would have.
Yeah. It was... The opening sequence of the Revenant is unforgettable. Like, it starts out... It's set... Okay, it's about Hugh Glass, who is a real-life, like, a frontiersman, 1800s, and it's kind of about, like, a part of his life. Mm-hmm. And it's just... I mean, it starts off with him, Leonardo DiCaprio plays Hugh Glass, him, his son, another guy. They're on a fur trapping expedition, so they're out hunting. Right. They're hunting in the woods, and it's slow, it's quiet, it's peaceful. You see animals and like this scenery the scenery in the movie from start to finish. It's just like it's astounding. It's oh my goodness. But then just like it kind of pans like away from them. It cuts back to the camp of the people that they're with. And they're just kind of walking around talking about packing up, and they're like butchering animals and like getting the furs because they went. I don't know if I said it, but it's a fur trapping expedition, right? They're going to and then bring it back to sell it. And then out of nowhere, this guy's standing there talking, and an arrow just comes and just through his. It comes out, and it just the first time you see it, it's like it throws you back in your seat. It was so crazy, and it is brutal. Like so these Native Americans attack this camp, and then Leo comes back with his son, and they have to escape. It just goes. It's crazy. It's crazy. So they're on the run, and they get away, and Leo gets attacked. They find another camp. They set up. They're looking for more food now. Right. I think at this point, Leo's out hunting again, or Hugh Glass is out hunting again. And he stumbles on like a few cubs, like bear cubs, like grizzly cubs, and then you hear the rumble, and it's like, oh no! You turn around and he gets mauled by this. Honestly, the way Leo acts, not entirely convinced he didn't wrestle the bear. I'm not sure that wasn't a real bear.
Okay.
But anyway, he gets attacked and mauled like. Within an inch of his life. It was a very
gruesome scene.
Yeah, the whole movie is like that. Don't get it twisted. If you haven't, the movie is brutal, but he gets mauled to within an inch of his life, and then they're trying to, all the while, still like they're trying to get back to camp with what little supplies they still have, all the while still being pursued by these Native Americans, who you find out what their motives are too, like why they're chasing them and everything like that. But Hugh Glass, they end up leaving him behind, and it's about like leaving him behind, and like being buried alive. It's true.
Yeah.
So this is a true story. Like the story of.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, the story of him being left there to die and buried alive is true. Now, I'm sure there were liberties taken with like some of the story to how he tries to get back to camp, right? But the antagonist of the movie, Tom Hardy's character, John Fitzgerald, leaves him there to die, kills his son before he does it, and buries him alive. So Leo's
very apocalypto-ish.
Yeah, I mean, it's like his whole thing is, I gotta get back to get this guy, and what he goes through to get back, it's one of the craziest stories. I mean, this guy is a real like he's in a larger than life type guy. If you look at American folklore, it's nuts, man. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that would matter a lot more to me. I wish I knew that. Honestly.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's so nuts and unbelievable that you're like, there's no way this can be true. But it's like this happened. This guy crawled across hundreds of miles of brutal terrain and snow, ice, rain, all the while being like he's almost dead.
Yeah.
To get back and to get back to exact his revenge on the guy that wronged him. Which, by the way, Tom Hardy. Like, as a villain, I mean, he was truly hateable.
So, I wanted to
Sorry, I've been talking a lot. Please, go. I love this movie. Go.
I was going to say, I could have given Best Actor to Tom Hardy, honestly.
He would have been a supporting actor. I think he might have even been nominated.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Supporting actor. But, if you put them side by side, it's so good to see that level of acting together.
Yes.
One thing, we talked about Mark Wahlberg quite a bit, but he did a movie called Fighter, and you get to see Christian Bale next to Mark Wahlberg. Great movie all day.
What a great movie.
But Christian Bale acts circles around Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg's an action star, and he's lovable for all the reasons everyone knows.
Yeah.
But Christian Bale is like that guy.
Yeah.
So to see Tom Hardy in the movie with Leo, and they're both acting like this, and this is their second or third movie together. So they did Inception. There may be one other. And Christopher Nolan does that. So Christian Bale's in the circle of Christopher Nolan actors too. So put all three of them in a movie. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
The acting is all that held it for me though.
Okay.
I didn't know it was a true story, and that may have affected how I thought about it, but it was slow for me.
Sometimes, listen, there are parts where he's recovering. There are dream sequences. You know, he's a widow, so it's just him and his son, and then his son gets taken from him, and he's got nothing left.
Right.
But this guy that took his son from him, and that's all he can think about. And there's there's a couple. I mean, there's a lot of great lines in this movie, but one of them is that as he's like kind of laying there on his bed, and he's talking to his son. You hear it's like a flat. He said it before, and then his son kind of reiterates it to him. But the quote is, "As long as you can still grab a breath, you fight." And I love that, man. He just awesome. The will to live that he had to get back, you know, it's just amazing, man. And then the realization that he comes to at the end of the movie is like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
I can tell it captivated you more than it captivated me.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Well, hold on. Can I say a couple more things real quick? Sure. I thought it was pretty ironic that this is one of the things that made Tom Hardy's character so hateable to me, is that he's clearly racist, right? He hates the Native Americans, and he makes this line. He says this line about they always stealing our shit, and I was like, that's pretty funny considering how we all got here, you know?
Right.
I thought that was like a perfect line to have in the movie. But I think actually that was just the last thing. No, it's good. I love it, man. And if you want to go first, please go.
Yeah, I don't want you to think I'm doing this on purpose. But I've actually come up a little bit now that I know it's a true story.
Okay.
Because I was gonna go low on this number, which you're probably not gonna be happy about. But I'm gonna go 5'8".
Oh my god. That's a travesty, dude.
I would never watch this movie.
Oh my god.
See, I didn't get a chance. We're not talking too long on these, but it was so long, and I don't know. It didn't captivate me like it captivated you.
Yeah, apparently. I think it's an absolute masterpiece in filmmaking. Like from start to finish. They like lived out in the woods to make this movie. I mean, they were.
I don't take any of that into account.
Well, you need to.
Why?
Because
at the end of the day, all I'm doing is watching the final product.
So you can't appreciate what they all did.
I can, but it doesn't affect the movie itself.
I think it does. And when you know like what they went through, like the shots that they got of this Canadian wilderness, it took them so long to make the movie. They were behind schedule. They used all natural lighting. Like that was real light.
None of that is allowed to be incorporated in your score of the movie.
Yes, it is.
No,
it totally is. It totally is. We're looking at these movies for what they are, a movie, right? And if we're saying what's the better movie, I think this is a better movie, hands down, because of the way, like it's. Oh my God, the acting, the cinematography, the directing. I mean, it's just everything. It was so good, man. It was so good. All that stuff does matter. All of it does matter.
Now, the factors you mentioned matter.
Yeah.
But the journey to make the movie, to me, doesn't.
That's part of it. That's like part of the, like, you don't get that cinematography without doing what you're doing to make the movie.
I know it's how you get it, but I don't take into account how hard it was to make this movie.
Well, we look at things a little different then. Like, take that out a little bit. It doesn't change my score. Okay. Whether they made it, had they not had to go through all that, I still don't think that changes my opinion in the movie. I still think the movie holds up as one of the best. Bro, is nominated for 12 Oscars that year, and it won 3, including the Best Actor for Leo, Best Director.
Kind of proving my point.
No, what? What are you talking about? What point are you making?
Oscars are stupid.
No. They're not. They get it. No.
The fucked up thing.
I'll drink for that one too.
Is that the people watching this, the people that are interested in this, probably share your opinion more than they do mine.
I don't know about that.
Because they have the love for cinematography. I do as well. I can't take that into a... I literally sit down and I let myself decide whether this was enjoyable or not.
Okay.
I won't let what it took to make or what other people think of it tell me I need to enjoy it.
That's just
not saying that's happening to you.
That's just a side note. That's just a side that I'm saying. Yeah. And no, based on the poll results, more people are with you on this.
Yeah, the general public doesn't like Oscar movies, in my opinion.
I don't know about that. That's a broad statement to make, and
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just the group of hoodlums I grew up with. But we're just not sophisticated enough for that type of stuff.
Okay. Well, my score for this movie is 8.9. Yeah, 8.9.
Wow.
Yes. I would not watch it anytime it's on because I gotta be in the mood. I gotta be like, I want to rewatch that movie.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I'm not, but it's one that like every so often I'm gonna watch. Like if there are people that haven't seen it, I'm gonna be like, hey, you gotta see this. Like this is a great movie, and it deserves to be seen. For like, a lot of people that voted, I think, was like, well, I've never seen The Revenant, so. All right, well, you're missing out. You're doing yourself a disservice by not seeing this movie. It's an incredible story, like an incredible true story, and it's I think it's a feat in movie making. It's I don't know, man. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So you want to get these averages?
Sure.
So clearly the popular vote, Sandlot wins, right?
Sandlot.
So based on our scores, though, well, actually, it's not going to be close. So
yeah, I feel bad about that.
Yeah.
I didn't like the movie that much.
Okay. So we can get these out, but the average, so Sandlot 8.1 plus 8.6 divided by 8.1.
No, plus 7.
Okay. So that's 8.4.
Yeah, 8.4 is good.
And then for the Revenant, we got 8.9 plus 5.8. 7.4. Okay, so that's not terrible.
No.
But you definitely brought it.
Yeah, it's me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's real. That was an honest score.
Yeah, that's fair. And I don't listen. We're not always going to agree. It's
Of
just,
course, these are the conversations I enjoy.
Yeah.
Which this was supposed to be like a quick Mortal Kombat movie.
I had a feeling that this might go this way because I like this movie.
You're so passionate about it.
Because I love this movie so much.
I get it.
And again.
I love seeing Ben's passion.
I'm pretty sure Chris did this on purpose to get me riled up.
I didn't realize you liked it that much.
Oh, yeah. I guess
now
I didn't say that. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. But also, that's how I was about Game of Thrones, so I get it and I like it.
Yeah.
That's where the best content comes from.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so let's move on to, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier dropped last week, episode 1. We're not going to do, if you haven't seen the previous episodes, for WandaVision, we did entire breakdowns of each episode.
We'll be quick with these.
We're going to be a little bit quicker with these episodes, just kind of recap, Do we like it? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. But I loved it. I loved the first episode.
I love that. Yes, it started off the way I hoped Wanda would have.
It pulls you right in, dude.
Yep.
It had one of the coolest action sequences ever. Like,
the flying scene.
The flying, dude. Falcon is chasing these guys in flying squirrel suits. They're flying through helicopters and it's nuts. It's nuts, man. I was watching an interview. Robert Kirkman actually said this. He's like, man, I wish I had that budget on The Walking Dead.
Hey, yeah, Disney, bro.
Yeah. Take
Disney should hold my big.
Yeah. I love it, man.
I really like. Quick spoiler, but whatever.
Yeah, we're there.
They brought George St. Pierre back. I forget who his villain is.
Okay.
He's the guy from the first scene in the helicopter that survived.
Okay.
He's like one of the greatest fighters of all time, which is cool because in all of these combats, it's like, wow, at least it could be believable from him because legitimately one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Okay.
And he was in the Captain America movie with, I forget which one it was, but it was him and Falcon. Before Falcon comes on. It might be the second Captain America movie.
It's either the beginning of The Winter Soldier or the beginning of Civil War. It's like that,
right?
Almost like that heist sequence, right? Mm-hmm. Where there's like hostages.
It's on a boat, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So I'm glad they brought him back. I wasn't sure, but
yeah, I
think he's going to be a great contributor to the series.
Mm-hmm. I like the setup. Like they're giving you these villains called the Flag Smashers. Mm-hmm. Is that what they're called? Like
something like that. Yeah.
It's like a group, and man, it's like the mystery is there. And it's like, ooh, what is this going to be?
Yep.
But I gotta be honest with you. Take all the action and all that shit out. What I'm really enjoying the most right now, at least from this first
thing I don't like, I bet.
What?
I'm excited.
Well, maybe not what I like most. Okay, but what I thought was really cool is how they're showing, like, their lives.
I agree with that. Yeah. Like, I do appreciate that.
You're seeing Bucky deal with the consequences the consequences of his actions when he was the Winter Soldier, when he was obviously mind controlled. Yes. Like, you're seeing him deal and try to make amends, but doesn't necessarily know how, and it's I love that scene, those scenes between him and the older gentleman, man, I really like.
And it helps you endure to him, because if he's gonna have his own series, the fans need to. Yeah. And people don't forget that he killed Iron Man's parents.
Yeah.
So people are pissed, but this is doing a great job. And like you said, that's so necessary for the series to start off going. He still has nightmares about when he wasn't in control of himself. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool. Mm-hmm. I agree.
So the counterpoint to that, I think, that because you see Sam the Falcon interacting with his sister and his family as well. So you see his life outside of being an Avenger. And there's a scene where they, the family business is struggling. They got to get rid of this boat. It's this whole thing. So they go to a bank, and nobody will approve them for a loan to help their business. And that to me is what, there's this moment where the bank, loan officer asks him, you don't get paid or you don't have any income? And it's some of these people weren't there. You can't show income for the last 5 years because you were part of the blip, right?
That part was very intelligently written.
Oh,
I like that.
I don't disagree with that. But what I'm saying is what I'm getting to that I didn't like was that, what?
When I said you're about to say the thing I didn't like, you're about to say it now. Because I thought you were going there first, but now I think you're going to get there, and I think we're going to agree.
I don't like that the guy was they don't pay you to be a superhero, or you don't have some kind of salary or whatever. And he's like, it doesn't work that way. It almost made it feel like they were pushing this weird agenda to say, the superhero should be paid for what he's doing and blah, blah, blah. And the whole point of being a superhero is you're doing it because it's the right thing to do, not because you're making some insane salary or what. It almost looked like they could have been making it about race a little bit, like Sam and his sister. The white bank officer isn't going to give these two black people a loan. It almost did feel a little like they were trying to
it felt forced. It did. And I'll be honest with it did.
Yeah.
You're telling me that the Falcon, a superhero, doesn't have enough money.
He has no money at all
to revive a broken down boat, a fishing charter. Not to be an asshole, but you're wearing what, $2 billion worth of equipment on your back.
Yeah.
It just like you said. I appreciated it, and the thought of if you were blipped, you don't have 5 years of income because you've been gone for the actual 5 years. That's a really good attention to detail. But I do feel like they forced a political agenda.
I hope it doesn't stay like that.
I hope not either. If it would have just been his sister struggling, and then he came back and they wound up fixing it, that's fine. Because that narrative is very accurate to what's going on in today's society. It really is.
Also, all the resources that he has, you mean to tell me you don't know anybody that can help you? Even if you don't have the funds, you don't know anybody that can help me fix this damn boat?
You know the Prince of Wakanda, the King of Wakanda, you know Iron Man.
Yeah.
You don't have anyone that can help your boat.
And even though Tony's not around,
somebody.
Gwyneth Paltrow, what's her? Pepper. Pepper's still there.
Anything.
They're all still, like, it just, that bit of it was just like...
I don't like the fact that he's poor. You can save the world, but you don't know how to make income for yourself.
It's kind of crazy.
It killed me a little.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about it I didn't like. And so we were on the same page.
Yeah. It was a little, like you said, forced, and I hope it doesn't... I hope this isn't an agenda, a politically charged show. That's not what I go for this,
Not that it's not an accurate representation of the status of our country, and who are we, two white males, to discuss it even at that level.
Yeah.
But I am looking to just enjoy this and not have agendas thrown at me.
Well, because it's never been a part of the MCU before until Captain Marvel, but to make this weird change and have like a I don't know, social commentary, like, is it?
Well, like in WandaVision, I mentioned it, but all three or the two of the three most powerful, or three of the four most powerful people in that whole series were females. And that didn't feel forced at all.
Yeah.
Like, that just worked.
Yep.
So, this could work, and I think there's a way to make it work. Just don't be that ridiculous.
Yeah.
Falcon can get money if he needs money.
For sure. So, okay. That's it. We'll score the series at the end again. It's only going to be 6 episodes. So, this will be a quick, and then, obviously, we'll have 2 episodes by next time. So, it might be a little longer on the next episode, only because it'll be 2 episodes that we're going to cover. But, yeah. Okay. Movie review time. Ready? The Courier. Brand new. In theaters right now, starring Benedict Cumberbatch.
Are they still doing, you can rent it at home, or you have to go to theaters to see it?
Some are both VOD and theaters. I only saw this one in theaters. I saw
it in theaters also.
I didn't see it on iTunes.
You didn't see it anywhere else?
No, I didn't. Yeah, it's not like with the Warner Brothers and HBO type deal, or even like, it's $20 to rent on iTunes, which I refuse to do.
Oh yeah, that's way
If I want to pay the money, I'm going.
Go.
Like, unless I own it. If I can buy it to own, then okay. But I'm not a $20 rental. Hell no. Okay, so if you look at the release, it says 2020, but it was just released. So I don't know. Maybe it was made last year, and
maybe it was released in Britain.
Possible. Directed, rated PG-13, hour and 52 minutes. Directed by Dominic Cook. I looked up his credits. He doesn't have much. I think this was his first actual movie that he made. And it was written by a guy named Tom O'Connor, who wrote The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yeah.
You seen that?
Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson.
Quick side note: do you know they're making a sequel to that? Do you know what it's called? The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Oh,
it's Salma Hayek on the cover, two Desert Eagles, just bustier. It's gonna be
Ryan Reynolds too.
They're both on the cover as well.
Is Samuel Jackson is also?
Oh yeah, so it's Salma and then them two in the background. So
I'm with it.
Right, if you look at that's the kind of movie where it's like, oh, I know what this is gonna be. You can just have fun and enjoy it.
Yeah, of course.
But okay, so the plot of The Courier, it's a Cold War era spy thriller set during and around the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis. It's about a British businessman turned spy and how he helps the British and American government not necessarily recruit, because he kind of comes to them, but run a Russian asset that works for, I forget what level, but he's in the Russian government. He's an official of some kind. And
Soviet Union.
Yeah, and Soviet Union. And it's all inspired by true events. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Starring, like I said, Benedict Cumberbatch. He plays Greville, which I thought was an interesting name. Greville Wynn is the main.
Greville Wynn.
Yeah. The guy that plays the Russian, his Russian counterpart, Oleg Penkovsky is his real name, played by a guy named Merab Ninides. I can't say it. It's messed up.
It's okay.
I thought he was great.
Yes.
And I recognized him, and I couldn't figure out where. I had to look it up, but he was from that show Homeland. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, Homeland.
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a great show. Great show. Also stars Rachel Brosnahan. She plays the CIA agent that's working with Greville Wynn and Oleg.
I liked her as well.
She's great. She was in House of Cards, which I never finished, but the first couple seasons were okay. I don't know how it ended. I heard it ended not well.
Well, after my man gets indicted, it takes a tumble, from what I understand.
But she's also in a show called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is supposed to be hilarious. She plays like a stand-up comedian in like the old days.
I saw that on Netflix. I have not checked it out.
It's on Amazon.
I saw it on Amazon.
Yeah, you saw it on Amazon, guys. And lastly, I just have to mention her because I'm just becoming. I love this girl or woman. Sorry, excuse me. Greville Wynn's wife, Sheila.
Oh yeah,
Jessie Buckley
from our terrible movie.
From I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I just love her as an actress.
She was great in that movie.
And I'm Thinking of Ending
Both
Things.
of them, yeah.
She was great in this. She was incredible in the most recent season of Fargo.
Okay.
And I was looking at her credits. She's got a bunch of stuff like indie type movies that have come out over the last few years. I'm going to try to find them all because I enjoy her acting that much. I can't say enough good things about her. Jessie, if you're watching, love it. Yeah.
You see those view counts, girl. Get at your boy.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I mean, overall thoughts of the movie, I enjoy it. I enjoy old school era like spy movie. It might be the James Bond lover in me. I don't know.
Makes sense.
But this, I thought was pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So obviously, I knew this was a true story going in, and that helps a lot.
Okay.
It was a bit long at times.
I wouldn't argue against that. I mean,
so I watched it with my wife, who is quick to say a movie sucks if it sucks, and it kept her attention.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, she should have come on.
It's been a busy week.
Okay.
That's the best I can say that.
Okay.
So, but she will. I mean, I mentioned her coming on. She said we'll find a movie she's interested in reviewing.
Okay.
But yeah, it kept her attention, so there's a lot to be said there. And mine too. There were times where I was thinking it could have been a shorter movie, or your wife had made a suggestion that it could have been a.
Yep. Courtney and I saw it together last night, actually, in the theater, and she thought she enjoyed the movie as well. She wasn't taking anything away from the movie, but she said that she thought it could have been better as maybe like a 3-part documentary or something.
Right.
Just to give you more facts, more detail. It was cool to see the dramatization of it and the actors and all that stuff. Yes. But like when it's over, like all I wanted was to learn more about these two people. So I agree with that completely.
Yes. So then that's one takeaway. It felt a little long at times, or if it was a mini series, it would have been like the anticipation could have built over time. I thought it was so cool to know that they came right to a random person and said, "Hey, you fit the description of someone we need to carry these things."
Yeah.
And it starts off with him, resistant. He could put his life in danger. It's not something he wants to be a part of. He's assured that he's going to be safe. It's no problem. He starts it, and then things go south, and he's out. And then by then, he's built such a connection and such a relation to it that it shows his growth to say, I'm going to actually risk my life now. Knowingly risk it to go back and try and save him. Yeah,
that's the whole thing. Is that right? They can't send an actual spy because, the Russians know who the spies are. And you can't, he's going to... This guy is a regular dude.
Right.
And they're like, hey, man, we need your help. And he's like, all right. Like, it takes him a minute, like you said, but... he has terms and whatever, like anybody should. If something happens to me, my family needs to be taken care of. Blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's really, really just a great story, true story about true bravery and courage, man. Like, and these guys and what they did and their part in preventing nuclear war.
Potential nuclear war.
Yeah.
And how huge the contribution is for the recognition. I've never even heard of this guy or the story.
Me neither.
And honestly, if you take the magnitude of everything he did out, it wasn't that crazy of a story. Like, you come off the heels of a Chernobyl, all the crazy stuff. Soviet Union, just get it together, guys.
Get your shit together, dog.
But off the heels of it, you look at it and you're like, well, I mean, it wasn't that great of a story. But then you pay enough attention and you go, he could very well have stopped nuclear war in America, which, thank you, but just...
We might not be talking about this, not for these guys.
We're speaking in a different language. We don't know.
We're giving movie reviews on vodka. Vodka. I don't know. Oh, shit. Okay, so I'm kind of with Julia, too. It was like where it was enough to... Some of these movies, like this kind of stuff, it can get a little boring, maybe.
I think the story's boring in general. But
the
magnitude, right.
And the way they told the story... It did keep me engaged. Not like...
Yeah, that's it.
There's another movie called Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Benedict Cumberbatch is also in that. And I've tried to watch that movie 3 or 4 times. Tough, and I fall asleep every time.
It's tough.
Every time
but
I fall
asleep. It's very similar to this movie in my opinion.
Yeah,
maybe because it's the same actor, but...
Yeah.
And it's him trying to save war.
Yeah.
From Britain.
Yeah. Overall... Definitely worth seeing.
Yeah, check it out. Definitely a good movie.
Or just look up an article. Just look up what these... If you don't want to watch the movie, do a little research and find out what these guys did, because it's pretty awesome.
I didn't know anything about him going into this, or what actually the movie was about. I knew what the premise of it was, but I didn't realize it was a spy for the potential nuclear war we got in when JFK was president.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would have helped me enjoy the movie, or it was cool for me to see where it was going as the movie progressed. So, I don't really know how to describe that, but I'm not a history buff.
Okay.
My brother-in-law, Alex, he's a big history buff, and I think this is right up his alley.
Okay.
I talked to him after the movie, I said, you would love this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure history buffs do love stuff like that, you know, and I enjoy it too. I love, as you know from I love a true, like, if you can tell a true story, like, an amazing true story, it's totally, like, you know, go back to, like, when we were talking about how, you know, you think, like, you know, adapting something isn't the same as writing something, but, like, it's still, like, yeah, this is based on real events, but you gotta do something to keep me wanting to know what happened, and that's
I absolutely love amazing true stories as well, and I do think that adds some significance to the film. I was simply arguing that it is harder to create a story from nothing than it is to rewrite a story that already happened.
I gotcha. Okay.
And just...
No, that makes sense. I don't even remember if that's the way you said it on the first...
Maybe I didn't... I'm not great at articulating
No, but that I don't disagree with that. Yeah, no, to create something from nothing, 100% harder. But... Yeah, my whole point was just that adapting something also requires...
Of course.
Yeah, skill.
Especially this. This situation's tough because it is not that exciting of a story. And they figured out a way to keep you engaged with dialogue and suspense in different areas.
Good characters, like good people,
Benjamin Cumberbatch.
Did you say Benjamin? Did you say Benjamin Cumberbatch? Benedict.
Oh, is it? Whatever it is. I know some of these words.
My name's Benjamin.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Either way, that guy is a heavy hitter.
Yeah, he's great.
He's so versatile.
Obviously, we know Doctor Strange. That's all we know.
Yeah, he's went from superheroes to Sherlock Holmes to spies.
I've heard that show is awesome.
Great.
Is it?
Great.
Really? As Sherlock? Oh, man, I gotta watch it. Yeah, I want to watch that.
It's a mini, too. It's only 4 seasons. So
okay, cool. And they're like 3-episode seasons, right? Okay.
Yep.
So, all right, if we've given you kind of overalls now. There are a couple little things I want to ask you about that are spoilery. So, spoilers ahead, folks, if you don't know the history or haven't watched the movie or, you know, whatever.
Learn yourself.
But, so, again, spoiler alert. There's this big, like, suspenseful moment at the end where, not at the very end, but, like, the climax of the movie is Benedict is out, or Greville is out. And they figure out, like, oh, they're onto us. They, you know, and the government is just gonna leave Oleg behind. They're just gonna leave him in Russia to fend for himself, kind of thing. Benedict's like Greville's like, send me back. I'm gonna get him out. Like, that's my friend. You know, like, he would do the same for me. The government's trying to convince him, no, he wouldn't. He's like, you've met him once. I've spent days and days with this man. I'm going back for him.
Right.
So they go back, and there's this long sequence of they got this plan, and they're working this plan to get it out, or get them out, and they get caught. They get caught, and it's like, the second you see the KGB in Oleg's house, you're like, oh no. Because you know immediately, whatever happens to Greville, you know, but you know immediately that Oleg ain't making
it
past the end of this movie, and it hits you, man, and it's like the one good takeaway from this is that Benedict's been in jail. They've been caught for 6 months now, and the Russian they call it the Gulag. That's their prison, and finally his wife's able to come visit him, and she just kind of mentions in passing that Russia pulled their missiles out of Cuba. And he's like, what? Because, the way they're interrogating them is that, they have no idea what's going on. And they're just, treating them like absolute trash. Mm-hmm. And so he hears this, and, that changes. You can see, ooh, okay. So then there's another moment where they're interrogating Greville again, and then they bring in Oleg to say, he gave up the info, he gave you up, or whatever, he did this, da-da-da-da. Because that's the other thing. Greville, he held out, a businessman, no military training, no torture, no. He did not break at all.
He knew if he broke, he was dead.
Yeah.
So they're saying, we know you're a spy, and his claim is that he didn't know what he was carrying.
Yeah.
He would just meet with him, he'd ask him to deliver some stuff when he got back to the United States. He's a sales rep. Yep. So that's not the United States, Britain. So that's what he did. He would drop some packages off for his friend. That's all it was. And he maintained that story. Because if he was a spy, they'd have murked his ass.
Yeah. So they bring Oleg in, and they're trying to coerce them, right? But Greville says to Oleg, hey man, you did it. The missiles are gone. You did it.
And that's his, oh, yeah.
And then they separate them, and they pull Greville out, and so Oleg got to die knowing that he helped prevent nuclear war. And that was his whole goal. His whole thing is yeah, the world is a crazy, shitty place at times or whatever. But something he says is in the movie, it's along the lines of yeah, it's just me and you. Maybe we're just two people, but that's how things start to change or something like that. I also thought that was a great line.
That was a good line.
And it just, that he got a little peace of mind. He knew he was going to die. He had to know he was going to die.
Right.
But he at least got to die with that comfort, and I thought that was a good way to...
Yeah, because he was a high-ranking member of the Soviet Army.
Yeah.
Very well-regarded, anyway.
Accolades on general... He was a legend to younger guys coming up. He was highly respected.
You noticed him. So, this actually kind of hit a little bit home for me, because my boss actually is a American citizen, gained his citizen status as a refugee from the Soviet Union back before it was disbanded. And he was a big mentor to me, and we would sit and talk, and he would tell me stories about what it was like back home and how actually crazy it was.
I'm sure.
You were told what job you had to do. If you were at the movies during the week, they'd send you to jail because you weren't doing the job you were supposed to. Go into jail for that. He said you couldn't have denim jeans, you couldn't own music. He referenced himself as a bit of a badass because he was a metalhead, and you weren't allowed to listen to American music over there.
Wow. If you look at Oleg's apartment in the movie, it's a tiny apartment for him, his wife, and his daughter.
Well, and might I say, he's very anti-socialist. Not to be political, but it was a socialist society in the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
And they assigned you a job, they told you what you had to do, this was it. You had no opportunity for growth. And that's a different socialism than the one that's getting proposed now in America. Whatever, I'm not getting political. I'm just saying, hearing him tell those stories and then watching shows like Chernobyl or watching shows like this, it paints a really great picture of what it was like over there. And I got to witness it from someone who I mentored under, who I really appreciate firsthand, telling me these stories. And it really does give you a good appreciation for what you do have.
Yeah.
They said a lot of countries say America was a land of opportunity because they come from situations like that. Could you imagine being born into a situation where you're told,
hell no,
you can't be anything more than we tell you can be?
Nope. It's crazy.
I know people without ambition, and that'll work perfect for them. Honestly. But people that have you can't stomp on a dream, man.
No.
That's what they did.
And that was my point, is that here's this high-ranking, insanely respected military guy. They've got him in a tiny apartment. Right. That's where he gets to live. It's bullshit. I'm
sure I've already told.
Damn, Siri, relax.
She called you out on it. She heard you cuss.
Excuse me.
She was right on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Drink, man.
God damn it, Siri. So here I do so related, but kind of like just whatever. There's a scene kind of right before the big moment where they start their plan. Mm-hmm. They're at the Russian ballet, and I know the Russian ballet is like it's like world renowned, right? But I don't get it. I don't. Why do people love ballet so much?
Well, I equate that almost directly to musicals.
Okay.
I don't get those either.
It's just you got the two guys sitting there watching this ballet, brought to the point of tears, and I'm like, really? They're like. First of all, you don't even know Russian like that, Greville. Like, let's be honest. You don't know Russian. You don't know.
He's a good salesman.
Yeah. But so you're sitting here, like crying.
Right.
And it's like, there's orchestra and they're running around on stage and whatever. I don't get it.
I just think that you're not rich enough to get it.
Fair.
Your social status will not allow you to achieve.
I wouldn't even be allowed in the door.
The happiness that they
okay.
have. You can get in the door. You buy the ticket.
And I'm way up.
But you're not a part of them.
You don't get it.
You're what we like to call new money.
You get the glass, with the thing, and it's the binoculars that you hold. Yeah.
If you watch ballet enough to go, that toe wasn't pointed at a direct 90 angle.
Yeah.
90-degree angle. It really messed your spin up. Then maybe you have that appreciation. But it's the same thing with like figure skating and stuff.
Well, so this is the question that I really wanted to pose to you.
Okay.
Do you think that they were so emotional about the ballet because the story maybe had something like they kind of thought they might get caught and it was like maybe the last time they would get to enjoy like a night out together?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And a part of me thought that. I was like, well, maybe they had less to do with the ballet and more that like in their own internals and like they kind of have a feeling something bad might happen. And
I also took it. Actually, I didn't even take it as bad. I thought it was they were in their own heads achieving their goal. And they're making the world safer.
Okay.
And they started at the ballet the first night, and now they're finishing at the ballet the last night. And that's like the conclusion of their thing. And they're crying because they saved the world.
And it's it's the end of their time.
How selfish of an American to say they saved the world when all they saved was America.
Well, I mean...
They saved America.
If you're going to say that, technically they maybe... Who's to say that Russia nukes the U.S. and takes over? What's to stop them from there? You know what I mean? Then they go somewhere else. And so maybe they did save the world. Maybe they just saved the U.S. Who knows? But, that was the last note I wanted to ask you about. Because I just don't get it. I don't get the ballet. And again, that's where I started thinking. I was like, gotta have more to do with what's going on with them.
Right.
So
and I wanted to mention this too, right, as closing.
Okay.
Julia asked me, because she's not really into history either, but she said, why was Russia so pressed on having nukes that could reach America? And that was a good question for me to kind of, humble myself a little bit. To say, yeah, in this scenario, we're the good guys, they're the bad guys. That's how it works. Uh-huh. But, in all honesty, the way I explained it to her, America had nukes that could reach Russia. Russia didn't have nukes that could reach America. Not to say they'd ever get fired in general, but Russia is saying they could kill us with nukes. We can't kill them. So Russia was just doing what was logical and saying, all right, get us in a place where if they attacked us, we could attack them. Now, maybe their intentions were different, but the way I was explaining it to Julia, it almost kind of awoke in my head to say, of course we're going to see ourselves as the heroes in our own story, but I could also see why Russia felt vulnerable because America was a superpower that had something they couldn't. And it's interesting, it's weird, but from different perspectives, different stories get told. And I just thought I'd share that.
It was a pencil measuring contest is what it was. When it boils down
Were you scared of drinking?
Huh?
Penis!
Oh, God. That's really what it was. The fact that I think what made it so crazy...
more than that, though.
But no, the Russian guy, Oleg, comes to the U.S. and the Britain government and says, hey, I think they want to do more than just have one.
Right, that's fair.
So that, I think, is where this story... And, hey, that could be us telling the story as opposed to maybe not the way they saw it.
Russia said Chernobyl was our fault.
Yeah. Well...
Who knows?
They promote a lot of propaganda over there.
And my boss told me that all the time.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It could be any number of things. They say there's always 3 sides to every story.
Right. We're going to stay on our side.
We're going to stay on this side, though. Do you have a score for this film? You want 7.1 is my score.
Oh goddamn! That was gonna be my score.
It's written down. It's there. I had it written down ahead of time.
I was teetering between 6.8 and 7.2, and I was like, I didn't.
I only
really
7.1 because I do think people should see it.
I'm going 6.9.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I mean, we can have the same score. It's allowed.
I said that to you last week.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. So, so that's gonna average out to a 7. So definitely see the movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Check it out. And it's new. What's good that's new out? I'll not say that sentence.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Boom. It's not really new though. It's kind of like a refurbish. It's like buying a house and then finishing the basement.
All right, so that's it, guys. That's all the stuff that we had to cover this week. There's only one thing left to do, and we're bringing it back. It's been a couple weeks.
I only got like a curse word or two left in me.
Oh shoot. Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, so we are gonna play Name Their Movies this week, and our name is Ben Stiller.
Okay. All right.
All right. I forget who won the.
It's been a while. You can go first.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
Would I have had to say that whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I didn't say Dodgeball, because that was gonna be my first one.
Yeah. I
I
love him in that movie. He's so funny. He's so funny.
Meet the Parents.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say Meet the Fockers.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a second one.
There's a third. I don't remember the title though. It's something weird. Oh, I do remember it. Never mind.
I don't like when that stuff. When that happens, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do A Night at the Museum.
All right, I'm gonna give that to you. There's no. Jesus.
I'm so professional.
There's no A in the front.
Oh yeah, it's called Night at the Museum.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. It's called Little Fockers.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Shoot. Where you might be able to get me, I don't remember the subtitles for those Night at the Museum movies, the sequels. There are subtitles on those.
There's only one.
I thought there was 2 sequels. Maybe not.
The second one was Night at the Museum. Nope, no clue.
Okay.
All right, let's go to a different place.
Go, go, go.
Mystery Men.
Oh, yeah. Mystery Men. Ben. Do Friends cameos count?
No.
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 Heavyweights.
Ooh, what's that about?
The kids that go to fat camp, and he's like the counselor. He's like the guy that.
Oh, shoot.
You've never seen Heavyweights?
No, but I have seen.
Oh, dude, it's a Disney movie. It's hysterical.
Okay.
He's so funny. He plays Tony. Oh, his name's Tony something. And so he buys this camp, like this fat camp, who was run by like this old couple. It wasn't like a real, like, kids go to lose weight. They go and just have a fun time. Mm-hmm. So he comes in with his crew, and he's going to make all these changes. It's about the overweight kids rebelling against it. Dude, it's so funny.
Okay.
Oh, man, Heavyweights is hilarious.
I need to check it out.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore? No. Yep.
He is in Happy Gilmore. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I forget what the other one's called, so I'm not even going to say it.
Hubie Halloween.
Stupid Halloween movie.
Hubie Halloween. Good shit, dude.
I hate helping you. Something About Mary. There's Something About Mary.
That's it, yeah. Night at the Museum. Battle for the Smithsonian. That's one of them.
You sure?
100%.
There's not another one.
Okay, well then that's it.
There might be another one. I don't know. I don't care. Christopher Nolan directed the first Superman. Tropic Thunder.
Ah! Damn it! Damn it, dude. Okay. Alright, now I'm starting to lose it. What kind of dramatic roles has he been in? I can see like 3 different. Oh, Starsky and Hutch.
Good call.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
It's funny. People don't talk about it. It's funny.
Snoop Dogg was funny in that movie.
Will Ferrell's cameo, like in jail, Gator.
I like that car, man. You just went up a notch in my book.
Yeah.
That put you at notch 1. Done. Oh, it's gonna kill me. That hurts me. I'm gonna have to move on because I will not get it.
Okay.
Zoolander.
Oh, yes.
I was trying to make
Zoolander 2.
Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! It's almost like I didn't do anything there.
Yeah, it's just like the way they have the 2 in the title or something, but it's just called Zoolander 2. Yeah.
Along Came Polly.
Oh, I'm so mad I haven't said that one. I love that movie. It's so funny, man. One of Philip Seymour Hoffman's funniest roles. The rain dance. I mean, playing basketball. Oh my god, dude. I think that might be his funniest role.
That's
like,
pretty funny.
when the very beginning, I'll never forget it. He walks out onto the stage and just slips on the dance floor. Eats shit. I mean, hard.
Revenant! This man is in the house.
Oh my God.
Sandy!
I mean, it's like, he had to hit that floor. Alec Baldwin, when he rubs his ear, muscle. I'm so mad I didn't see that goddamn movie.
Well,
man.
I did.
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
He did do some weird stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I thought that was the Office guy.
No, he's in that. Pretty sure.
Who's the Office guy?
There's a lot of people in the office.
The guy, the main dude, the nose.
Steve Carell?
Yeah,
The nose. Jesus.
he got a big nose.
No, that's not it.
He can smell what I'm thinking.
No, he's not in that. I don't think so, anyway.
He's got so many cameos.
Oh, yeah.
I just wish I knew what they were. Drawing a blank. I need a countdown.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the end. He wasn't in.
I don't think so. But he was in Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Oh, he was.
He played the Spanish
Yes,
reporter
he
that
fought.
shows up for the Battle Royale, yeah.
Was he in the second one?
I don't remember, but you're already out, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Big game.
So, dude, that was a fucking great game.
Big game.
Okay, so, let's see.
You said that for it.
2 weeks,
That
right?
would do
Next
that.
week is our movie awards episode. April 8th, we're going to be reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong, which comes out March 31st, but because of the way we're doing this, April 8th will be the day we review Godzilla vs. Kong, which I saw another trailer for it last night at the Courier, and I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun enough. I have some issues with some of those movies, like the Kong Skull Island. It's like,
I liked it.
it's okay.
I like the revamp of it, honestly.
Yeah, was Kong ever that big? Like, to the same size as Godzilla? I don't know. And then, like...
They've had Kong vs. Godzilla.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
but
fair.
I don't know.
And Courtney she goes, who you got in the fight? I said, King Kong all day. She goes, Godzilla, what are you talking about? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, drown his ass. I was like, what? I was like, they were fighting in Las Vegas or something. She's like, no, when they were on the boat, drag his bitch ass up. I was like, man, that's a good point, man.
Godzilla don't gotta have opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
You gotta go with evolution, man.
Yeah. So, okay, we're reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong. We're doing another Movie Kombat that week. We're going to do The Dark Knight Rises, which was a listener... All the ones that we've done so far have been listener-suggested movies. So, Dark Knight Rises, listener-suggested, versus The Avengers.
The first
Marvel's The Avengers from 2012. Pretty sure they came out the same year.
It's gonna be a good fight.
Great fight.
That'll be
I don't
good
know where I'm going to go. But yeah, we're going to, like Chris said, we're going to try to stay similar. And we were like, what could go against The Dark Knight Rises?
You don't mean to piss the fans off.
Yeah. So we're going to have that. We're going to have Godzilla vs. Kong.
Clap.
And we're going to have 2 episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
So
we can do, let's just finish this rum. Finish this room. All right. Man, that was a fun episode.
Oh,
If I do say so myself, I know I'm a little biased, but...
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, but I did enjoy it. Great story.
We're talking about the Courier at this point right now?
Right, but see, that's the thing. The movies don't have to be good for the episode to be good.
Look at that. Almost perfect.
Perfect.
We don't say anything that's wrong.
Shiver me timber.
Except for Benjamin Cumberbatch.
Benjamin Cumberbatch. My favorite actor of all time.
If you're ever in the Outer Banks, look for this. Kill Devil Hills rum. It is phenomenal. It's rum with pecans and honey, and it's top notch. I don't know if you can order it anywhere, but I had somebody get me a couple bottles because they had a place down. Anyway, highly recommend that rum. Cheers, episode 32. Bang bang. Stay tuned for those movie awards.
Real talk for real movies, yeah, we'll listen. Real life on real hype, you feel different. Underrated, appreciated, or barely made it. You let us know at Law Bay, yeah, you really hate it. And Christmas like in the past, he got it going better. And like Jess, it didn't show up and we don't let him. It's real talk, no theoretical, though it ain't invisible, man. It's so dependable, damn. You can't see him if it's dark or bright. Ask Chris with his Miller Lite. Or Blockbuster, it's so good, right? Candyman or Tony Dodd or Holy God. I mean the devil all the time, or at least a lot. Apocalypto, go against the grain like your boy Adam, who drink Jack like Jungle Land and Nick Mullins. Educators, tell us what you know about him. Is it bad or good like Peanut Butter Falcon? Special guests like Danny D and Dave Arnold. Let us look to the future, event horizon. In real life, the movie will never stop. Till it does, we drop and there's no getting up. Until then, subscribe and they let you know the tops. Only way to know for sure is to watch. So shut up and drink your pops, your soda and corn pops, and listen to the real life movie talk. I'm isolated like the lady in black, and I seek revenge for these movies that whack.